Hi, my name is Lonell, and I teach yoga. Today, I'm going to take you through a sequence that can get you through your mornings. It's a good way to just get a jump start on that day and get your body moving. All right, so what we're going to do first is just start off in a comfortable seat. Maybe on a block, which is how I sit most times these days. But you can be on a bolster, you can be directly on your mat. You just want to make sure that you find a comfortable seat. And once you've found that, go ahead and close your eyes. Let's set our intentions for our practice. I like to start each one of my sessions out in that way because it helps to develop a deeper purpose for your practice. So it starts with the inhales and exhales through your nose. Your eyes either closed or open. But just give yourself a little bit of time to check in. Feel how the breath is flowing today. Some days it may be a little bit more free and a little bit more expansive. But just see how you feel today. And now let's find our intentions for our practice. Now, your intentions, they can be anything that you want them to be. Maybe you have a mantra that you live by. Maybe there's something that you're working on in your life, and that's what you want to set your intentions for. It could also be something completely different. Maybe your practice today is for someone else. You have someone specific in mind that maybe needs a little bit of extra strength or whatever the case may be. But we set our intentions so that we may practice with purpose. And with those intentions set, let's seal them with our breath. We'll go through 3 rolling breaths. The inhales come through your nose, audible exhales out your mouth. Start by releasing your breath first. Take a deep breath in through your nose, audible breath out through your mouth. Deep breath in, audible breath out. Deep breath in, audible breath out. Deep breath in, seal your mouth, audible breath through your nose. Now you can continue with that pace if it suits you, but you may notice throughout your practice your breath changes. Sometimes it starts to speed up, sometimes it slows down, depending on the posture. So just try and maintain one breath, one long breath. All right, release your hands down by your sides, the palms facing forward, your fingertips reaching for the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale to lift, and exhale to your heart. Inhale, lift, exhale to your heart. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist right. Right hand behind your back, left hand to your thigh or knee. Take a look over your shoulder. Now remember that this doesn't have to be the biggest twist that you can come up with. We're just getting started in our practice. Inhale and bring your arms up to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Left hand behind the back, right hand to your thigh or knee. We want to see if we can lower our shoulders in this posture. And maybe your eyes do more of the twisting here. Taking the eyes to the back of the room may give you a little bit more space in that twist. Inhale, lift your arms up to center. And exhale your hands to your heart. Press your palms together and inhale, lift up. Exhale your arms back and down. Inhale, coming to center. And exhale, release. Inhale to center. Exhale and release. And bring your hands to heart center. Let's make our way off of our blocks and onto all fours. So you're going to start by taking your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, the tops of your feet root down, and your fingers are spread slightly apart. Take a look up and lower your belly down. Maybe even roll your eyes up towards the ceiling. Exhale and round your back, press your palms, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. You're going to keep moving in and out of cat and cow at your own pace, just for a few more revolutions. And here we start to feel the body and the breath communicating, moving as one. On your next breath, bring yourself to neutral. Take your knees wide, your big toes together. Press the sits bones back and down. And then walk your hands forward, lowering your head and your heart. We're coming to Balasana, child's pose. And in this posture, you can have your elbows up or down. The head resting on the mat or on a block. But this is one of our resting postures. So if there's a point in your practice where you need to take a break, this is a good place to come. Lift your head slightly, walk your hands over to the right side, and release down. Big breath through the left lung here, and let it out. Lift your head and walk your hands over to the left. And once again, big breath through your right lung this time. Lift your head and walk your hands to center. Lift yourself up to tabletop, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes, press the sits bones back. Try to create length in the soles of your feet. I try to let my skin stretch on the soles, and there's a very big flexion in the toes. Take a look in between your legs and then lift your hips up for downward facing dog. And just so we can kind of feel the posture more, lift and lower one heel at a time. Now press both heels down towards your mat. Take a look at your navel. Push away from the front of your mat with your hands. We're trying to get our hips as high as we can. Inhale your right leg up. Toes point down, hips square off. Press your left heel closer to the mat. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Left knee comes down to the mat and untuck your toes. Take your right hand to your thigh and open up. Bring the right hand down, tuck your toes, take the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right foot in between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, both arms up, Anjaneyasana. If it's available, press forward. And then exhale, release your hands down. Left hand roots, right arm lifts. And then bring your right hand down. Tuck your toes, lift your knee. And then lift both arms. Finding crescent. Exhale, release your hands down. Step back to plank, lower through vinyasa. Knees, chest, and chin lower. Inhale, rise for cobra. Exhale, push your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Right knee comes down to the mat, and we're twisting open. Left hand to your thigh. Right hip, searching for the mat. Bring your left hand down. Tuck your right toes. Take the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. Lower the right knee down and inhale both arms up. Exhale, press forward. Exhale, release your hands down. Tuck your toes, lift your knee. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, release your hands down. Step back to plank. Flow through vinyasa. In vinyasa, we lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, rise up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale your right foot in between your hands. Rise up to warrior one. Both arms lift, left heel comes down, toes turn out. Right arm forward, left arm back. Warrior two. Bring the right forearm down to your thigh, windmill the left arm under and up. Extended side angle. Roll into reverse warrior. Right arm pulls up and back, left hand to the back thigh. Reverse warrior. Straighten your right leg and reach. Reverse triangle. And then exhale, come down for triangle. Right hand to the shin, ankle or the ground, left arm rises high. We're either looking down, forward, or up. Take a look down. Inhale, rise up, reverse triangle. Exhale, your arms to the horizon. Turn the right foot in and exhale, fall forward and down. Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide-legged fold. In this fold, we're either heel-toeing out further. Maybe you heel-toe in. It just depends on how your inner thighs feel. But then from here, bend your elbows, sink your head down a little bit further. Press down through your hands. Bring your hands to your hips, squeeze the elbows together. Inhale and lift. Turn your right foot towards the front of your mat. Bend your knee, windmill your hands down. Step back to plank, lower through vinyasa. Knees, chest, and chin lower, rise, cobra. Exhale, roll, back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale your left foot in between your hands. Rise up to warrior one, right heel comes down, toes turn out, arms lift. Exhale, warrior two, left arm forward, right arm back. Left forearm down to the thigh, windmill the right. Roll into reverse. Straighten your left leg. And then exhale, come down for triangle. Left hand to the shin, ankle or the ground, right arm rises. Maybe we're looking up. It could be that you look down. Inhale, rise and up, reverse. Exhale, your arms to the horizon. Turning the left foot in. Exhale, fall forward and down. Now we're going to turn the fingers the opposite way. Walk our hands as far back as we can. And then bend your elbows. Find length in your arms. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift yourself halfway up and bring your hands to your hips. Squeeze the elbows together and inhale, we rise. Turn the left foot towards the front of your mat. Windmill your hands down. Step back to plank. Lower through vinyasa. Knees, chest, and chin lower. Rise, cobra. Up dog. Exhale, roll, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Rise halfway up. Forward and down. Lift all the way up. Bring the palms together and into your heart. Inhale and lift. Exhale, chair pose, bend your knees. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward and down. Rise halfway up. Plant your hands. Left foot steps back. Right leg kicks up. Exhale, bring the right foot in between your hands. Rise up to warrior one. Drop the left heel, toes turn out. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle. Rolls into reverse warrior. Straighten your leg and reach, come down for triangle. Take a look up and then back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Step back to plank. Lower through vinyasa. Chaturanga leads to Bhujangasana. Rolls into Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, look up. Bend your knees, step or hop. Rise halfway up. Forward and down. Lift all the way up. Palms together and into your heart. Press your palms, inhale, lift. Exhale, chair pose. Deep breath in, fall forward and down. Rise halfway up. Plant your hands. Right foot steps back, left leg kicks up. Exhale, left foot in between your hands. Rise up, warrior one. Right heel comes down, toes turn out, arms lift. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle. Roll into reverse. Straighten your leg and lift. Exhale, come down for triangle. Take a look up on your inhale. Exhale, look down. Inhale, rise up, reverse. Bend your knee, windmill your hands down. Step back to plank. Lower through vinyasa. Inhale, rising for cobra. Exhale, rolling for downward dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop. Rise halfway up. Fall forward and down. Lift all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart. Now, we're at the top of our mat. Our feet are hip width distance apart, or the big toes touching, heels slightly apart. You get to choose. But we're going to work on our balance and our concentration. Finding Vrikshasana, tree pose, we're going to root down through the left foot and then bring your right heel to your left ankle. Feel the balance here. And when you're ready, bring your foot to your calf. If there's even more space, your foot comes to the inner thigh. And then Apollo comes to join us. And then we grow our trees. Nice job, Apollo. Yeah. Bring your hands to heart center. And then draw the knee forward, lift it up. And then plant your foot into the mat. Rooting down through the right foot. Bring your left heel to your right ankle. Feel the balance first. You can play with lifting the toes or lifting your foot. Press your foot into your leg. Press your leg into your foot. Maybe it goes higher. And then grow your trees. Yes, we want to feel a little bit of wobble in those ankles. That's a good thing for us. That means it's working. And now bring your hands to heart center. Draw the knee forward and lift it up. Plant your foot into the mat. Feel your breath here. The inhales and exhales are nice and deep. We try to make our exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Let's wind down our practice. At the top of your mat, you're going to inhale your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Rise halfway up. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower through vinyasa. Knees, chest, and chin lower. Inhale, rise for cobra or up dog. Exhale, roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. Slowly bring your knees down to your mat. Knees are wide, big toes together. We find ourselves back in child's pose. If there's space, take your arms down the side body. Your fingertips pointed towards the back of your mat and your shoulders, they start to get a little bit heavier. If you feel any pinching in your neck or in your head, we would just want to bring our hands back up to the top of our mat. In our yoga practice, we're looking for pain-free practice. It doesn't mean that you won't feel intense sensations, but we definitely don't want it to hurt. Use the posture to bring your breath back into control, where the inhalations are coming in for the count of 2, 3, or 4, and the exhalation is just 1 beat longer. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, lift yourself up to a seat, and then take either your left or right hip down to the mat, swing your legs around to the front. We want our heels close to the top of our mat and the toes flexed towards our heart. Inhale your arms up, and then exhale, fall forward and down. Now your hands will come to either your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, your toes. And I say that to say that there's no right or wrong. We're just looking for sensations. So if resting your hands on your shins is better, then do that. Try not to let the toes float off to the sides. We're looking for a little bit of internal rotation of the legs. You may feel more engagement in the hip flexors. Let's slowly lift yourself up. Place your hands down by your sides, lower the elbows down, the shoulders down, and then your head. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your hands around your shins, and then shift your weight left and right. We get a nice little massage here. And as you bring yourself to center, bring your elbows to the inner thighs, your hands to the outside edges of your feet. Notice that my head did not lift. If you need to lift your head, that's fine. But I'm trying to keep my head relaxed. Hands to the feet, and then soles of the feet to the ceiling. Maybe you can even touch the clouds. But as you press your feet into your fingers, pull your knees down towards your shoulders. And maybe more massaging. Shifting left and right. Bring yourself to center. Lower your feet down to your mat, your hands down by your sides, setting up for bridge. Our fingers are close to our heels, and our knees are just above the ankles. We're going to press down into our feet, hands, and shoulders. Lift the hips up, and then exhale, release down. Inhale, lift, however high you want. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. Heel toe your feet out to the width of your mat. Take your arms off to a T with the palms faced up. Press your knees together. And then windshield wiper your knees left and right. As you take your knees all the way over to the right side, let them hang. If it's available, take your right ankle, set it on top of your left thigh, and then turn your head to the left as well. So we've got a big twist here. If you need to, the ankle, the foot comes down to the mat once again. But we're trying to add a little bit to this posture by releasing tension away from the hips and drawing them towards the top of your mat. Release your right foot down. Slowly take your knees over to the left side. Let them hang. Gravity is going to do a lot of the work here. Turn your head to the right. If there's space, bring your left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Feel the difference between the right and left side. And always remember that any of those sharp sensations, those are the ones that we want to stay away from. But if it's dull but intense, that's okay. Release your left foot down to your mat. Bring your knees to center and into your heart. Wrap your hands around your shins. Pull your forehead close to your knees. Curl up nice and small. Take a deep breath in and an audible breath out. You may feel your knees get closer to your chin with each breath you take. You may feel a dog starting to creep over towards you because he sees you're in a vulnerable state. Okay, thank you, Apollo. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye. Go, puppy. Go, puppy. Go. Go. He loves it when you come down to the floor. He thinks I came down here for him, which is, I don't know, in a way true. Extend your legs long. Take your heels slightly wider than your hips and let your toes float to the corners of your mat. Take your arms up and over your head and reach. As you reach, turn your toes up and then point your toes towards the front of your mat. Find a little bit of length here. Keep reaching. Deep. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your hands around your shins. Give yourself a nice little hug. And then take your arms off to the sides. Take your knees over to the right side. And then turn your head to the left. If you feel a space in between your knees, your right hand can come to your left thigh to see if you can close the gap. If that's not quite working, use your block, set it underneath your thigh to make that connection. Bring your knees up to center. Let your sacrum root. You may have to shift over to the right side a bit, but then lower your knees over to the left and turn your head to the right. Notice that space in between the thighs. We'll see if we can reduce that space, causing for a deeper twist. And bring your knees up to center. Lower your feet down. Extend your legs long. Take the heels wider than the hips. Let your toes float to the corners of your mat. Bring your arms down by your sides, about 45 degrees away from your hips. And we find our final posture of Shavasana. We find rest here. We start to bring our breath back to its normal pace. Let your body be more at ease and your mind relaxed. And you can stay here for as long as you want. I recommend at least a couple of minutes in Shavasana. If you can, extend it out to 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But you may notice that while you're absolutely still, the mind starts to get very active and all the thoughts come across. And you think about the past, the present, the future. All those thoughts are healthy. But here, we want to try to stay more present. So if your mind wanders too much, bring your focus to your breath. Close your eyes and notice the breath as it enters your nose and flows into your lungs and fills and inflates your lungs. And then how the exhale gives you a bit of a release as the breath comes all the way up your throat and out of your nose. So after you've been here for 2, 5, or 10 minutes, We want to gently wake the body by wiggling our fingers and our toes, guiding your head left and right. Slowly bring your knees into your chest. One more good hug. Then take either your right or left arm above your head, lay it down on the floor, roll over onto that side. Bring your free hand down to your mat in front of your heart. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Inhale your arms up and exhale your hands to your heart center. Bring your hands to your forehead for right thought, hands to your mouth for right speech, hands to your heart for right action. Namaste.